Hi everybody, this is Dee from Dee's Creative Hands. Well, I've built a desk, added some more cubes, and I'm going to give you a tour of my yarn room. And I'm going to try to do this a little bit quicker because it will take me all night to tell you exactly everything. But let's see, up at the ceiling I have all different kinds of twinkle yarns. There's some Stitch 101 from the hobby clearance. There's some spun color and Ferris wheel, Picasso and yarn art ambience. There is Boogie Nights, Melange, Mary Maxim Glimmer. This is Trendsetter and Hobby. That all of this is either Hobby Carnival or that Signet yarn or Unforgettable, of course. And this is Sunset Nights, Yarn Art Jeans. That's a bunch of sparkle yarn. There's my light switch. Ice, Ice Baby. More ice. Yarn Art Harmony. There's some Yarn Art Alpaca Cakes and some Cotton Neck by Ice. Let me get over here. Sorry. I'm trying to go. I gotta back up. Okay. Then up there is some Kramer. Oh, I forget the name of it. Liberty or something like that. The sparkle yarn. The cakes are all mixed. So there's some roll with it. There's some, it's a wrap. This is all Stenli. This is all Hobie. This behind here is all my blue heron. There's some yarn art flowers, and like I said, the cakes are all pretty much mixed up. This one here came from Mama G. It's Scheckemeyer, I guess is how you say it. And this is all Stenli here as well. The rest of that is all Unforgettable. I'm sorry. That is all Moroccan Nights. That is NACO yarn. Those two cubes are all shawl and a ball. That down there, my kitty's in here. That down there is Caron Simply Soft and Yarn by Ice. All those ones right there are art yarns, you know, different fur yarns and things like that. And this is some of the yarn I dyed the other day. And this is Gemma and my piggy. Say hello to Gemma. And Gemma is wearing my Lost Soul shawl. And the purse I just made out of that nylon cording. The mosaic purse that I made. And then the other beach bag that I made. Underneath this little table is my kitty is jumping. Stop, TT. Stop. Is all my sparkle thread. And there's my elf, or my my gnome from Patricia. Back behind the elf is this is all rainbow cotton paint box. This right there, and there, behind the sign of my son Nick's business, is True Boo. The rest of this, well, those are my stitch markers, but the rest of all of this is cotton. Glorious cotton, I love it. And here is my stitch marker holder that I made out of embroidery hoops and doilies. Okay, up at the top, I'm missing a V in the creative. I can't find it. There's the two gnomes that Thrift bought for me. That's me and Mark. I love them. Okay, up there is all different kinds of yarn. There's Prism by Mary Maxim. gemstone, mellow spun, wool ease, more mellow spun, a couple of Afghan kits, all that kind of stuff. And here's that sparkle yarn that I got off of Etsy. It's made in Mexico. It's all sparkle. I can't wait to get into that and start making some granny squares. And this is a wind chime that I made all out of semi-precious stones. And the top is a fruit basket. And it's all made with beads and glass beads and semi-precious stones. Okay, that is a tree, the tree of life that I made a while ago. There's a hummingbird and a wind chime with dream catchers that I made a long time ago. This down here is a lady weaving a rug. And my plants, my cactus, those are all real. And my witch gnome is back there, which you can't really tell. Okay, I'm going to stand up and turn around, so hold on to yourself. Okay, there's some more of my gnomies. Here's my Valentine's Day gnome I made. This down here is all stuff to go in giveaways. There's the big box. There's my Marie Chavez poncho. And my duster that I recently made. All giveaway stuff under the desk. Now the desk, and there's my sun bunny. And there's my Caron Mitchell mat that she made for me. But the desk is the shape of an L, which I really, really like it. It has a place for my computer, my tickets, my basket. It has a little shelf here. I put speakers and doodads on. And there's my monitor and my cameras up there. And some of my ferrule hooks and some of my leather hooks. Okay, then I have a file cabinet right here on the end. And that's filled with Be Positive bags and all different kinds of bags. This is my picnic basket that I keep my labels in, which will have another contest to guess how many yards I use this year and how many labels I have. We'll have that contest again in August. August 1st is when I started collecting them this year, same as last. And this is just some balls of Metallico and Lambrata. Very silky, nice yarn. And there's some fake tulips that Patricia gave to me. And then over here in this basket is a gajillion knitting needles, and I don't knit. A million pairs of scissors, miscellaneous pens and whatnot. I just keep it all in that basket. This is my great-grandson on that cup, and an owl on that one. The other one is just a crock of some sort. Okay, the shelving below them. This is kind of hard because it's narrow in here. This is all macrame, nylon cording, my hot glue gun. Over here is Christmas yarn, two cubes of Christmas yarn. Here's some of my canvases and painting supplies and just all different kinds of things. A couple looms and whatnot that I have there. And down in the bottom here is my warping for when I weave rugs. Iron, my hot glue gun, my mini Addy, miscellaneous tools. Okay. Around this side of the desk. This is my tutorial table. I have my tutorial arm and all that in a basket there. This is my Michael's yarn holder, which I love that thing. If you get a chance to pick one of those up, you might want to. Very handy dandy for cakes and cones and spools and bobbins and all that stuff. keeps everything from tangling up. Okay, these cubicles, I have a bunch of sheep sheath cotton and whatnot up there. That is darn good yarn. Some different ribbon and fancy yarns. More darn good yarn and a little bit of Noro there. A bunch of my hanks from Knit Crate and Hobby Lobby and Little Knits and all that kind of stuff. There's a bunch of Noro back behind these ones. And there's some more Noro there. And more hanks there. Then down at the bottom is bobbins and thread and cones of ribbon yarn. Back over here is that lattice yarn. You can't see because my tripod's right there. Okay. Now this is my closet doors, believe it or not. And I have pegs with all different kinds of yarn. There's some of the yarn I made. And there's Thriss's yarn. This is all Thriss yarn right there. That's my Thriss area. There's a little bit of Madeline Tosh I got on sale. There's my Lether. Some Malabrigo there on the end. Some more yarn I made. Some darn good yarn hanks. More yarn I made. Darn good yarn. There's some more Malabrigo. And this yarn is really interesting. This yarn and that and this, that is made from cow. That is cow yarn. And there's beaded and fancy hanks back here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold it steady. Back here, that's the fancy stuff. Okay, I'm going to try to back up so I can show you. I'm going as slow as I can. Okay, there's all my cones and my Swift. And here's my minis, my little spools of thread, my bombs and felting stuff. Here's the owl that Rusty gave me. Okay, now these plastic drawers are filled with ribbon, tassels, beaded trims, pom-poms, purse handles, all that kind of stuff. Okay, this cabinet is all diamond art. This is like embroidery threads. Some of my looms. Paint by numbers. Just all kinds of different crafts all the way to the bottom here. This whole thing is filled with that. I'm sorry if I'm shaking and making everyone sick. I'm really trying not to. Okay, this one goes to the ceiling. Okay, that is the red or burgundy yarn up there was made in my family's hometown of Independence, Missouri. And Patricia Walker sent it to me, made me cry. Okay, this is Big Twist acrylic. You guys know that ombre, red heart ombre. This is hobby ribbon yarn for making rugs. There's some macrame and scrubby yarns. There's some more different acrylics, red heart and whatnot. That shelf has a bunch of granny squares, and the bottom shelf has remnants of cotton yarn. I'm sorry, I'm trying so hard not to shake. Okay, this whole area is to the ceiling, and it is Pounds of Love, Caron anniversary cakes, Mary Maxim. What do they call that? 8, I think. There's a little bit of Crafter's Secret in there. It's all my big yarn, you know, all my big 4-weight acrylic, except for the the anniversary cakes obviously are not 4-weight. Okay, this is my Caron shelves. Skinny cakes, mandala bonus, Lion Brand, Caron latte cakes, cloud cakes, lava cakes, tea cakes. All the different cakes are on those 2 shelves. This is all my amigurumi kits. There's some candle kits, my clay, macrame kits. There's looms over there. Down below that is softball yarn and scarfy on those 2 shelves. This is some glass paints, buttons, just painting stuff in general. Down there at the bottom, that is Mark's yarn. That bag is some stuff I'm going to put in giveaways. There's my 2 pumpkins I made in October. That giant basket down there I could sit in. It's huge. It doesn't look that big on camera, but it is full of all my scrap yarn and also miscellaneous whips that I haven't completed. Okay, we're going to back up again all the way to the ceiling. Okay, that is Loops and Thread Alpaca, and these are a bunch of different kinds of yarns there. But the blue ones on that square at the ceiling, those are alpaca. These are my larger weight yarns over here on this side. Some of them sparkly, some of them not. That plastic bag is full of stuffing. There's a bunch of Premier anti-pilling every day. I can't go to the bottom because I got stuff in front of it. This is Kramer, I believe it's cotton or linen yarn for those 2 cubes. The next 3 cubes are all Kramer wool. Okay, over here we got fleece hugs and lava cakes and tea cakes. And on the very top over here we got miscellaneous and Nordica. This is another miscellaneous cube. This is all merino there. This is all mohair, and there's some more of that Barocco bloom that I hate. Okay, this is alpaca and mohair in this cube. This is my big balls of cotton. This is a bunch of small cotton, like peaches and cream and all that kind of stuff. Same for that cube. This is Schackermeyer cotton. And these are Arabella, I believe they're called. Arabella by Yarn Bee. Also, there's another kind in here as well. I always forget what they call it. Yeah, there we go. Cotton blend number 5 is this one. And these ones are Arabella. Okay. This case is full of beads, beading tools, all that kind of stuff you can't see because I have all my bags hanging in front of it. But this whole thing is filled with big, giant boxes of beads. All the way through the whole thing. And I still have more beads. Okay, this is my bags, my stool that I picked out of the trash and painted and reupholstered. Okay, to the ceiling. Cotton cakes. That's all my velvet yarn and a spool of cotton. This is all pretty much cotton in this whole thing. That's Annie cotton. That right there is Cascade cotton mostly. A lot of different varieties of cotton. I just love cotton, so any cotton I see on sale I pick up. But this is all cotton. All the way to the floor. And back behind here is all cotton. And then on the back of my door, more bags. Surprise, surprise. And that's the back of my door. Okay, so we're back at the door again. And once again, this is my crazy yarn room. I love my new desk. It works out perfectly. Those extra cubes sure did help me organize some. And this is my yarn room. And there's Gemma, my lovely mannequin. Okay, guys, that's it. Just thought I'd show you around the yarn room. Oh, I didn't show you this. This is where I keep extra Tunisian hooks and rug hooks and all different kinds of tools, you know, for punch needle and all that kind of stuff is all in there. And then this is paint brushes, and that's my paint cart. There's my little sheet that holds all my wooden tools, and I already showed you my paint cart. And there we go. That is it. Should open a yarn store, you know. All right, guys. I love you. Much love, my friends. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.